everyone, I'm happy to see you once again. I am Teacher Marlon. I am your teacher for this week lessons in quarter 2, week 5. But before we go to our next lessons, we will have some reviews of what we have learned last week. Are you ready? Okay, very good. So let us proceed. So last week, we talked about more on vertebrates animals. Yes, very good. So again, what are how we classify vertebrates animals? Again, by the way, what is a vertebrates animals? Hmm? Very good. Vertebrates animals have backbone, or what you call the endoskeleton. So those are the framework inside in our body. Tagalog, mayroon itong mga buto. So all animals that have backbone, or what we call the vertebral column, is belong to a vertebrate animals. And we will classify there according to their appearance and characteristics. So vertebrate animals can be classified into 5 groups. Tama? Okay, could you mention number 1? Very good. So, mammals. So, could you explain to me what is a mammals? What are the characteristics being mammals? Very good. The number 1 characteristics of being mammals is what? They have their mammary gland. So, what do you call by mammary gland? Yes, it is a kind of system in our body that can produce their own food. O yung Tagalog, ito yung mga sistema sa katawan na kung saan kayang mag-provide ng sariling pagkain like milk. So, this kind of system of our body that belongs to mammals is very unique. Why? Because they can produce their own milk to feed their youngs. Very good. What else? Okay, they are the higher thinking animals. That is correct. So, matatalino ang mga mammals. So, number 2. Give more classification. Okay, the reptiles. So, could you give me some example of reptiles? Yes, the crocodiles, the lizards, the snakes, they are belong to reptiles. So, what are the characteristics for being reptiles? Describe their appearance. Very good. They have their dry scales. What else? They can live both land and water in order to survive. Yes, that is correct. Again, they can lay eggs. Yes, very good. They have their scale, or they have their dry scale in their body. Ito yung tawag nating plates. Parang may mga, parang batik, or what you call the plates. Ano ba yung plates? Yung parang kung nakakita ka ng tibak-tibak na lupa, that is a plates. So, para siyang scale. So they are dry, covered with scale. Okay. So, number 3. Yes, we have what called the amphibians. Could you explain to me what is an amphibians? What are the characteristics for being amphibians? Very good. They can live both land and water. Could you give me some example of amphibians? Okay. So, amphibians, we have what? Frogs, yes, frogs. What else? Toads. So those are the amphibians. So slimery, they can live in a wet habitat. Okay. So number 4, we have what? Okay, the birds. Okay, could you explain to me what is the characteristics for being a bird? Okay, they have their 1 pair of legs and 1 pair of wings. Have all birds can fly? Yes, no. Not all birds can fly. Okay, so all birds have their own pair of wings, but all of birds, or not all of birds, can fly. Yes. So could you give example of birds? Okay, Maya. What else? Parrots. Those are the birds. Magbigay nga ng mga birds na hindi nakakalipad. Okay, like penguins. What else? Ostrich. Those are the birds that cannot fly, but they belong to birds. The most important thing is they lay eggs. Ito yung mga nangingitlog at nililitiman para magkaroon ng babies. Alright. And the last one, what is the last one? The fishes. Okay, very good. So, fishes they live only in bodies of water. So, what is the special of being fishes? They can live only in the bodies of water because of their because of their gills. Meron silang hasang para makahinga sa ilalim ng tubig. They can live only in the bodies of water. So, those are the different classification of being vertebrate animals. Mammals, reptiles, the amphibian, the birds, and the last one is the what you call fishes. So those are the lessons that we tackled last week. Now we will proceed to our next topic for this week, which is the distinguishing characteristics of vertebrates and invertebrates animals. So we will now focus on invertebrates animals. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Okay, in today's lessons, we will classify animals or invertebrate animals according to their classification. Just like what we do in invertebrates animals, we can classify. In today's lesson, we will also classify. Pero ang pinagkaiba, invertebrates. By the way, what is an invertebrate animal? So, before we end this lesson, we will distinguish or determine the characteristics being vertebrates animals. Oops, mali. Oops, mali. So those are the questions that we need to answer in order to what? Okay. In order to understand what being topic is all about. So first is what we will determine what is the vertebrate animals. So number 2, how do we classify invertebrate animals? Number 3, we will give some examples of invertebrate animals. Number 4, we will differentiate the invertebrate animals to the vertebrate animals. Number 5, we will cite some examples on how to take care and protect animals. So before we go to our topic, I have here some pictures, and all you have to do is to classify what animals being shown. Are you ready? Alright. First picture, what is this? Very good. They are worms. Saan ba natin nakikita ang worms? Alright, in the soil. Yes, very good. Next. How about this one? Alright, this is a starfish. Have you seen a starfish? Where can we find starfish? Very good, under the sea. Galing naman. Next. Okay, how about this one? Those are the spider. Saan tayo nakakita ng spider? Okay, sa forest, sa environment, dyan sa mga halamang, or sa mga halaman, nakikita natin sila. So those are spider, or this is the spider. Next. How about this one? This is what? Okay. This is what you call a Ang tawag nyo sa picture na yan ay porifera. Okay, it's a kind of sea plant, pero hindi siya talaga plant. It's a kind of animals. So, saan pa tayo nakakita nito? Alright, in the ocean or under the sea. Next. How about this one? I'm sure hindi nyo pa to So, ibibigay ko na ito ay isang uri ng bacteria. Ang bacteria ba nakikita? Can we see in our naked eye? No, because they are very, very tiny or very, very small. We cannot see them, but we can see them by using microscope. Have you seen a microscope? Oo, meron tayo niyan. Nasa library ng ating school. Nakita nyo rin yan kapag tayo nag-face-to-face. Okay, so isang uri siya ng bacteria or kind of what? Small, tiny bacteria. Next. Oh, ito. How about this one? Very good. This is a kind of snail o kohol. Marami tayong nakikita dyan, di ba? Okay, next. Bagal ang ating. Alright. So, all the animals you mentioned, meron na ba kayong idea what are they? Aside from being they are animals. So, they are what you call invertebrate animals. Very good. So, invertebrate animals is a kind of animals without backbone. Kung ang vertebrate animals ay mayroong tinatawag natin vertebrate column or vertebrates or backbone, kabaliktaran naman dito sa ating tinatawag na invertebrates. Because invertebrate animals don't have backbone. Okay? Nakakasunod ba tayo? Okay. So I have here some illustrations or what you call the pie graph. Saan ba natin ginagamit ang pie graph? Very good sa math. Tama. Sa mathematics, right? Okay, so nagre-represent to yung pinagkaiba ng dami ng invertebrate sa invertebrate. May nakikita ba kayong color? Yes, meron tayong kulay. So, ano yung kulay na mas malaki? Very good, the green one. And the other one is the green one. So, according here, invertebrates don't have backbone. However, the absence of the backbone does not hinder or there is the effect for survival. In fact, invertebrate animals make roughly 97%. Biruin nyo, 97% of all animals on Earth, while the vertebrate animal consists only up to what? O just only 3%. Napakaliit, di ba? So, if we will compare, anong mas malaki? The vertebrate or the invertebrates? Very good. The invertebrate. Mas malaki ang invertebrate kasi 97% sila compared sa vertebrate na 3% lang. Tama? Ayan, nagkaroon tayo tuloy ng math. But, let's proceed. So, naiintindihan ba natin? So, mas marami ang mga invertebrate animals compared to the vertebrate animals. So, here are the characteristics of invertebrate animals. So, iisa-isay natin yan. So, number 1, don't have backbone. Backbone, buto, vertebral column. Yung matigas na parte ng katawan na nasa loob ng ating katawan. Ang tawag nyo dyan ay internal skeleton o yung tinatawag nating endoskeleton. Ano ba ang trabaho ng endoskeleton? Very good. To support our body, to being a framework. Okay, number 2. Have structure on the outside or what you call the exoskeleton for support and protection. So kung mayroon tayong tinatawag na internal endoskeleton, meron din tayong tinatawag na outside skeleton. So, ito yung tinatawag nating exoskeleton. Okay? Nasa labas. Okay, ano bang trabaho niya? Pareho lang sa endoskeleton. To support and protect the body of an animal. Next, number 5. Cold-blooded animals, meaning they can't regulate body temperature, so it changes depending on the environment. So most of invertebrate animals are cold-blooded, meaning to say, they can regulate their own body, pwede silang maka-adapt sa environment. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Cold-blooded, let's for example, mainit sa isang lugar, kaya nilang palamigin ang kanilang katawan. That is what you call cold-blooded. They can regulate depending on the changes of environment they can live. Malinaw ba yon? Okay, sana nakakasunod lahat. Okay, next slide. Okay, so here are the classifications of invertebrate animals. Okay, the first one is the protozoans. Another one, the poriferans, the annelids, the echinoderms, the mollusks, the arthropods. Sorry, ano lang to, misspelled lang. This is the arthropods, not arthropods. And the last one is the coelenterates or yung tinatawag nating cnidarian. So, we will discuss all of this and identify and give some examples of the different classifications of vertebrates or invertebrates animals. So, let's proceed. Alright. Here is the protozoans. What do you mean by protozoans? It is a single-cell organism such as amoeba and paramecia. Protozoans, ang unique sa protozoan is what? They are very tiny, very small. Sa liit nila, hindi natin sila kayang makita with our naked eyes. Okay? Isa silang uri ng bacteria. Yes. So example are amoeba, just like this one, and the paramecia. So those are the example of protozoans. Maliliit sila. Most of them, hindi natin sila nakikita. Okay, another one. The next, annelids. Ano ba yung annelids na yan? So, annelids, more advanced worms and characterized by a segmented body. Ano ibig sabihin noon? So, most annelids are what? They are terrestrial. Sometimes nakatira din sila sa mga tubig or mostly nakikita sila sa mga lupa at basang or both. Iba-iba kasi ang characteristics ng being annelids. Okay, what are the example of annelids? So, annelids, roundworm, earthworms, what else? Ano to? Saan ba nakikita ito? This is the earthworm. Diba? Nakikita natin siya in soil. Tama. Yung pag nag-garden ka, biglang may lunitaw na bulake. That is an earthworm. Mahalaga ba yung animals na yun? Yes, of course. Kasi what? Napapanatili nila yung magpataba. Sila yung nagpapalago ng halaman. Kasi dinidig nila yung ilalim ng lupa. At nagbibigay sila ng sustansya sa lupa. How about this one? The roundworm. Yeah, kadiri, no? Roundworm. Parang nakikita natin saan yan. Oo, yan yung nakikita natin sa tiyan natin kapag tayo nagpupurga. Nakita ba yung purga? So, those are the roundworm. Those are parasitic. Pag sinabing parasitic, those are the organism living inside one organism. Just like us, kapag hindi tayo napupurga at magkakaroon tayo ng roundworm sa katawan, yun yung ibig niyang sabihin. Nakadepende silang mabuhay because of the host, yung tayo mismo. Doon sila kumukuha sa atin ng kanilang pagkain. Are they good? Yes, they are bad. Of course, they are bad. Okay, so kailangan mapuksa sila. Alright? So, isa lamang ito sa mga examples. Marami pa tayo niyan. May tinatawag tayong flatworms, ascaris, yung mga nakikita natin sa ilalim ng lupa na parang mga bula-bulake. Those are the what we call the annelids. Okay, they are belong to what we call the annelids. Okay, next. Okay, how about this one? Those are coleantherates. How you pronounce this? Coleantherates, or formerly known as cnidarians. Phylum cnidarians. Alright? So, formerly known as cnidarians, more than 10,000 kinds of marine animals. Isa siya sa pinakamaraming uri ng animals na makikita under marine ecosystem. Nasa ilalim sila ng lupa, mapailalim yan, ocean man yan, doon sila mostly nakatira. At we will classify them into 3 groups. The hydras, what else? The jellyfish, and what you call the corals. Nakita na ba kayo ng ito? Or these are the example. So this is the corals. Have you seen the corals? Could you describe the colors of the corals? Very good. Maraming uri ng kulay ang corals. Akala nyo mga halaman sila, right? So, during my elementary grades din, I've noticed noon, akala ko mga animals, mga plants sila kasi they are very beautiful. They have different colors at para silang mga plants. But, doon ko napagtanto na those are not plants, but they are what? Tama, they are animals. Akala natin mga bato na makukulay. No, they belongs to animals. Okay, this one is the hydras. Yung mga maliliit. Okay, parang mga sting lang dyan na nakakapit sa mga coral. Mga animals din sila. And of course, the jellyfish. Yan. Nakita ba ka ng jellyfish? Some jellyfish are poisonous kasi meron silang tinatawag na sting. Kaya nilang mag-paralyze ng victims nila. Even human, kaya nilang lasunin. May mga poisonous na nakakamatay ang jellyfish. So, most of them are marine animals. They can live only in the bodies of water. So, again, what are they? They are coleantherates, formerly known as cnidarian. Okay, next. Okay, how about this one? So how can we pronounce this? You can say it echinoderms. So what do you mean by echinoderms? So it's a spiny skinned aquatic animals, sorry for typo error, it's animals, no head and or tail end. Live in marine environment. Spiky sila, spiny. Ibig sabihin, yung bodies of yung mga body outside their skin ay spiky. May mga tinik to protect their what? Protect themselves from the harmful for the other animals. So example are starfish, yan, sea urchin, sea anemones, those are the what? Marine animals also. So maliliit sila, may mga maliliit, may mga malalaki. It depends. There are many varieties na makikita sa echinoderms. So tatandaan nyo lang, they are spiny. Okay? May mga tusok-tusok ang kanilang katawan. Okay, next. Okay, how about this one? Anyone? Have you seen these animals? Okay, very good. They are what you call mollusks. Okay? A vast range of aquatic and terrestrial habitats, soft-bodied animals that may or may not have protected shells. Meron silang sariling shells. Okay? O, nakikita niyo ba yung example? So, this is the snail. Ilarawan nyo ang snail. Where can we find snail? You can find snail in the forest. Mostly, nasa basang habitat sila, right? O minsan, kumakapit sila sa mga pader, sa mga halaman. Pero, nasa mamasa-masa or wet environment sila. Some of them are in the land or terrestrial, and most of them are in the bodies of water. How about this one? What is this? Mussels. Ano bang Tagalog ng mussels? Yan, yung tahong. Diba? Masarap ba ang tahong? Of course. Very nutritious ang tahong. They are rich in iron and calcium. Why? Because tahong is very what? Nutritious food. Okay. May napansin ba kayong pagkakaiba sa kanila? Meron. Very good. O sino makakapagsabi ng kanilang different, yung dalawang picture na yan? Okay, very good. They have both shells. Pero, the snail have only one and the mussels have two shells. Tama. So, meron tayong tawag dyan. Okay? Univalves, just only one shells. Bivalves, just two or more shells. Yun ang pinagkaiba niya. But they are belong to what you call mollusks. Tatandaan niyo lang siya, basta mayroong shells, they are mollusks. And we classify them according to their valves. Yung shells nila mismo. Kapag nag-iisang valves, ang tawag dyan ay univalves. Kapag dalawa o mas marami, they are what you call the bivalves. Nakakasunod? Understood? Very good. Next. Magbibigay pa nga ng isang alimbawa ng mollusks. Marami tayo niyan. Clams. Yes, clams. What else? Oyster. So those are the what? Okay, they are what you call mollusks. And mollusks are aquatic animals or marine animals. Okay, next. Alright. I think this is the last. Okay? So, arthropods. Arthropods are the animals with a hard exoskeleton. Ay, wait lang. Nawala. Yeah. Animals with a hard exoskeleton. I just mentioned a while ago, when we say exoskeleton, those are the hard, what? Hard skeleton. Nasa outside na develop sa labas ng kanilang katawan. Okay? Pag endoskeleton, nasa loob. So, exoskeleton, jointed legs, segmented body. They include crustaceans, arachnids, myropods, and insects. We can classify arthropods into 4 classifications. The crustaceans, the arachnids, the myropods, and the insects. So, we will discuss it. So, first one, okay, let us identify what are those pictures. The picture number 1 is very good, the crab, my favorite seafood. How about this one? It's the shrimps. Tama, very good. And about this one? The lobster. Okay, tama. So where can we find this one? So all of them they live in marine or aquatic animals. Yung tawag silang aquatic animals, it's because they can live in the bodies of water. But, ang kanilang similarities ay what? They have their